Hello, my darlings. Welcome to another one of my videos. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about reality TV, especially my one of my favorite reality TV shows, which is The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Right now they are on their 17th season, I think, and I think they're coming out of like a really bad season of seasons because I don't know, I just don't think Atlanta is what it used to be. Everybody knows that. It's not what it used to be. It used to be iconic, the best franchise of all of them, the best fights, the best interactions, the best shade, the best comebacks. And then it went to a dip. I think it became so boring. They started testing a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of horrible people for the show, like that Britney Edie girl, and she destroyed it. Kenya's out. I mean, but Angela Oakley, she has been doing a fabulous job at reviving the golden days of Real Housewives and bringing that amount of excitement and that amount of wit and that amount of shade and just great. She's been doing a great job. But okay, let's go one by one. I'm going to talk about the cast, the actual cast, and what I think of each woman and what I think they are adding to the show. So let's start with Portia. Okay, Portia, as you all know, she's one of the oldest parts of the show. Very important part of the show. Very controversial. Portia has not always been my favorite person, specifically with the Candy thing. When she did all of that with Phaedra, I hated Portia at that time. When then the whole thing with Simon happened and we all saw that mess going on TV, and I don't care what Portia says, I remember what I watched, what I saw, and how I felt, and I was like, ugh, girl, what are you doing? And then the whole thing with her wedding, and I remember when her wedding dress, that red wedding dress, was leaked online because her sister was doing some stories and the dress was on the back, something like that, some dumb stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, Portia, we've seen her do some really dumb stuff over the years. 265 days and the Underground Railroad and all of that. But this season and last season, I think Portia has been doing a good job. I think that Portia has been trying to stay out of unnecessary drama or drama that doesn't really involve her. And I don't know, I've seen her kind of mediating a little bit and being smarter this time around. But now she's going to blows with Kelly, who is another one that I really don't like her. Um, and Portia, she's now fighting with Kelly. They're fighting about this married men thing. You sleep with married men, no, you sleep with married men. And Portia did something that she's done before. And she did something that she did when the whole Candy thing was happening. Which is when she and Candy was sitting down and Candy told her like, oh, you told me this at the club that you wanted to eat my until I. And Portia said, oh, no. Actually, let me tell you what I found out about your lesbian relationship, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knew that was a lie. But since she did it then, because she felt really attacked then, and she felt like, okay, let me go ahead and lie on you. And she did it with Phaedra, because Phaedra was the whole mastermind of that. Why wouldn't she be doing it now? And Phaedra is involved again, I believe, in this rumor, in this Kelly rumor. So yeah, that's the only thing that I'm having a bad time with. Believing Portia with this whole Kelly thing, Mary Man, I think she's like firing back at Kelly, who I don't like. But considering we've seen Portia lie a lot on the show, and we've seen Portia with an egg on her face a lot of time on the show, I'm going to take this Mary Man thing about Kelly with the grain of salt. Now, since we already started talking about Kelly, let's move on to her, okay? I don't like her at all. I don't like that woman at all. From the moment she came in, I get this desperate vibe from her. Like, she's so desperate to be there, and she's so, like, oh my gosh, she's so forced. I don't get the same, I don't know, the same air that I get from the other lady. I just get like some dressed up chihuahua running around behind the girls, trying to be involved with them, whether it's fighting or doing whatever it is. That whole thing about the house and the room being dirty, she was the main agitator in that. She was the main starter of that. And she was pushing Shamia in that thing because she's mad that everybody else is friends with Portia, and that, yeah, you and Shamia, you guys are up each other's ass and you're like this new great friends now. Why wouldn't you spend the time at the pool house? Like, and then Kelly, she's like, oh, I know that my financial situations is not is situations is not good, is not good right now, but give me something that I'm used to. I'm like, girl, you were used to having a man who treats you like crap. That's what you're used to. Who's suing you, who's trying to take your kids away from you, not letting you film with your kids. That's what you're used to. You should take these vacations that your friends give you to relax and trying to bond with them. You know what? I'm going to the pool house. It's okay, bitches. As long as you don't exclude me from any of the activities that you're doing, I'm okay with sleeping at the pool house with the person that I think it's the closest to me in the group. I wouldn't have any problems with that. But because they are so insecure, that woman and Shamia, because they are so insecure, they make it like a huge issue that they have to sleep there and the chefs are cooking there. It's like, girl, get over it. Like, you are not the Queen of Sheba. You are not part of any sort of royalty. You're just some woman who happens to have money. And then this thing that she has with Portia, she came in and she made it her mission to start a war with Portia and to torment Portia. So I don't blame her for saying the whole Mary Men thing, because if I know that to be true, bitch, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it to your face and for everybody to listen to that. But once again, I don't know if I believe Portia 100%. That Kelly lady, I don't like her at all. I don't like her. Her voice is just annoying. She's so unattractive. I'm sorry, but she is. I don't know who was it that called her disproportionate. I think it was Drew who called her disproportionate. She is disproportionate. Big ass head, little body, huge saggy tits. I mean, girl, pick a struggle. Like, you can have that stinky attitude wherever you go and thinking that you are that shit when you really aren't. And you don't look that great. And you're talking about people's looks. Like, who are you to be talking about people's looks? You're no one to talk about people's looks, because in that group of women, looking at the whole group of women, let me see. Yeah, I will say, looking at the whole group of women, including Pinky, I think that you are on the lowest tier. Honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kelly, but you are. So yeah, I cannot wait to see her go. Or maybe she should stay. I think that she should stay and have one of those seasons where everybody's tired of them and they start bashing them and then they get tired and they leave. That's the season that I think she should have next year. And then she goes. I can take another year of people walking Kelly and then she can leave. Next. Let's talk about Phaedra Parks. Me, Funny Faye Faye. Funny Faye Faye is back after years and years of being away from Bravo because of her lies on Candy and saying that Candy, wanted to Portia and wanted to give Portia, to take her home and do That was all Phaedra. That was all her mastermind thing, as we all saw, years ago. Phaedra's looking good. I'm not gonna lie. Phaedra's looking good. Everything she's wearing is nice. Her wigs are nice. Sometimes she's like overdressed and overdone for certain events that they go to, but it's okay. Phaedra looks good. I guess. I mean, she's excited to be back, and she has the right to. Do I agree with her coming back? I don't know, because of how disgusting she is. I mean, Phaedra, she can be entertaining and everything, but she's an evil person. She's an evil human being. If you read Phaedra's like history a little bit and that whole book thing that she has written about her and the things that she's done and the lies that we've seen her tell on the show, you can tell that she's an evil person. Phaedra is evil, and I think it was Carlos King. I think it was Carlos King who said there's one person who I think it's really, really evil. He didn't say the name, but I'm sure he was talking about Phaedra because she is an evil person. I think Phaedra is evil. However, I know I've been having fun looking at Phaedra. I don't think her best moments have come yet, but I've been entertained looking at Phaedra and her looks and her wigs and everything she felt on her ass. And that was a little entertaining. I mean, let's see what Phaedra does, as long as she doesn't start lying again, like she did back in the day with Candy and with Kenny and with everybody else. Let's see what Miss Fei Fei does, okay? Drew. I like Drew. I like Drew. I think that Drew is gonna have some really, really hot moments. I don't think we've seen them yet. Especially with K. Michelle, who seems to have something against Drew for some reason. And she's like fighting with Drew and picking on Drew. And I'm like, girl, like what did she do to you? Like a lot of one-sided. It's giving one-sided beef. At least that's what I'm getting. It's giving one-sided beef. So I'm like, girl, what are you doing? You're supposed to be working on your album, which I am so tired of listening to not only people in Housewives, people everywhere in every single one of these shows. Oh, I'm putting my album, and my album, my album. I'm like, girl, we don't need any more music. We really don't. We have enough singers. We have enough songwriters and performers and dancers. Enough Beyonces and Gagas. We have enough of that. Like we don't need you singing. Well, I guess she's a good singer, K. Michelle. I don't know. I don't know her for her music. I honestly know K. Michelle because that's a popular name. K. Michelle is a popular name. But I know her because of her butt stuff. I watch her videos on, the things that she went through with her butt, blah, 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 blah. That's what I know K. Michelle for, not her music. And she's coming across as insecure and attacking Drew for what I've seen in some clips. Like she's coming for Drew all the time and talking about this guy that Drew is now dating. I'm like, I don't know. It seems like K. Michelle already chose who she's going to go against. And it's Drew. But let's hope that Drew keeps it up. Because, and we were talking about Drew, not K. Michelle. Come on now. Drew, she's that girl. I like what Drew has been doing, at least on the show. I don't know. She looks great. She hasn't been getting in any trouble that doesn't involve her, which I think is something that she did a lot on her first season. Right now, she's minding her own business, but when she's brought up, she's bringing the heat. And I like that. I think Drew looks great. Better than she ever looked on the show. And I think that's why K. Michelle is so bothered. Okay? And let's move on to K. Michelle since we've been talking about her for some time. Shouldn't she be focusing on recovering? As she said herself, she's never going to be totally healed. She has to keep undergoing these surgeries to remove the silicone that she got, in her butt and all of that, which is, I admire her for knowing that and being accepting of that situation, which is really, really strong. I mean, I admire her for that. But girl, leave Drew alone. Leave Drew alone. There's so much other people there that you can just, and based only on their character and the stuff that they say and do, you can just go against them. Like, why go against Drew? I don't know. That's what I'm getting from her. Very focused on Drew, a little bit insecure, kind of cuckoo. That story that she said about her son, he wanted to work, she didn't want him to work, and she crashed his car, something like that. Cray. Very insecure. That dinner when they were in Texas, I think, and she didn't want to go and sit at the table because her makeup people wasn't there. Bitch, I don't care. I don't care if my makeup people are not here. I mean, you guys have seen me with my makeup on, and now I'm no. We saw her on camera without her makeup. So what difference does it make? Maybe you were like, oh no, I don't want to be seen on camera without my makeup, but you had to because it's your job, it's your contract. Why wouldn't you come to the dinner? But then when you guys hear what's going down, you have to go up. You have to swallow your pride and go up there and see what's going on. All right, Shamia. I somehow I'm getting a little bit more of a calm Shamia this season. I think like she was very, very fiery against Portia, specifically last season. I am very surprised at how their friendship has ended. Like it's crazy. Not even when the whole Phaedra thing happened, they kind of like survived that. But now it's over. Like it's over and they're like enemies right now. I don't know how I feel about Shamia. I don't know how I feel about Shamia. Once again, that little issue about the room being dirty and all that, I thought it was so stupid. But I thought it was Kelly, like instigating that situation mostly, not Shamia. But she took part in it, and she was making Cynthia feel like she already told you. Like I wouldn't do that on purpose. Like if I saw that the room was dirty, I would have called somebody. I would have. I didn't do that on purpose to you. But because Kelly, she's so insecure and she feels so little next to Portia and next to all of them, she wants to, she hated it. She hated having to be at the pool house because I don't know who the hell she thinks she is. So yeah, Shamia in general is boring me. I don't like this friendship that she has with Kelly. I think Kelly, I mean, she's gonna have to find somebody else because I don't think Kelly is gonna be around for a long time. So she needs to find a new alliance soon. Make up with Portia. I don't know, but and once again, I think there's a lot of housewives right now, and if somebody could leave the group, I don't think I will miss Shamia. I don't think I would honestly. I don't think I would. Next, let's talk about the MVP. The bitch Angela Oakley, best in taking control of herself. Or, as Latrice Royale said, on her back on her season of Drag Race, that was like, oh my god, 14 years ago, being in total control of herself. Anyways, the mother of the show right now. She's the one bringing it. I love how feminine and how beautiful she is, how she dresses. I love her dresses. I love the fact that all of those girls are always doing the most with the jackets and the hats and everything. And she's wearing a little flimsy dress, freely feminine girly dress. I love how she dresses. I think she's gorgeous. I think Angela plays really, really beautiful, really, really smart, interesting, fast, quick, smart, witty, funny, everything. And she proved it in this fight with Miss Pinky Cole, who I don't like either. But we're gonna talk about her later, okay? At the end. Angela, let's talk about that fight in Texas, where all of the other women they had to come back running and run up, leave the pool where they were, doing their little tantrum and what the fuck they were doing. They had to leave that and run up and see the fight, because of course you have to watch the fight. Come on now. And there's where Angela, I mean, she has already showed her what she's capable of. I think she already fought with Drew, if I'm not sure, last year. I mean, she had her fights with Shamina. I remember that she called her Shamina. Good. But this fight with Pinky, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyways, that's my incense, I think is how you say it. It fell. Where is it? Right there. It fell. But anyways, we were talking about Angela. That fight with Pinky was stunning, fabulous. I haven't felt like that watching a housewife fight in years. Since I remember the last time I felt like that was when the Kenya Moore hair care episode, when Marlo was doing the wig event and Kenya came with the marching band. I think that was the last time I was gagged to that level when the Kenya Moore hair care thing happened. And everything that she says is so smart. The way your teeth commingle, and incestuous teeth. That's something that I'm stealing forever. Like incestuous teeth. I cannot wait to use it. So nobody try me if you have bad teeth, because I do have good teeth, and I can call your teeth incestuous. Whew. And she ate Pinky up. I mean, Pinky, she tried to keep up. She tried to give her best, but I don't think her reads were as smart as Angela's, as funny, as gaggy. She was just gagging the girls at the table. She gagged everyone. She gagged Rihanna, honey, because Rihanna on the day of the Met Gala, she was commenting on their housewife videos, under that fight, praising Angela, because Angela, of course, she won that. Of course, she did. Angela won that. Okay. Okay. I already spoke about Miss Kelly, who I don't like, and I wish she just went away, and I don't want to see her on the show anymore. And we're going to talk about the last one. Okay, the other new lady, which is Pinky Cole, who I don't like at all. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Pinky Cole, she gives me strong scammer vibes. I get so much scammer vibes from her. I get Stormy Wellington vibes from her. Like very, very like scammer vibes from her. And I remember she did an interview with Nene Leakes last year, I think it was. And in this interview, she was couldn't stop talking about money and preaching and God and money and God and money and God and money. I was like, this is a scammer. This is a scammer. People who cannot stop talking about money and then talking about God, to try to like connect to people and use that to I don't know, to attract people to your whatever stupid business she has. Which I don't know, for what I've heard or for what I've seen online, it's not really that great. Like, she's making it seem like she's this big shot businesswoman, and she really isn't. And it seems like she had investors and like angel investors and people who are now asking like, what happened with the money? Where's the money that we gave you, up to $25 million? And now she's trying to blame somebody else, but that somebody else is supposed to follow orders from her because they are under her. And she's talking about how much money she has and how rich I am. But then she's talking about bankruptcy. If you have money, if you're rich, bankruptcy shouldn't even be a topic in your life. For what? If you're managing your money well, and you have a paid off house, you have a few paid off cars and whatever, you're good. I mean, you don't need to file bankruptcy for anything. And if you have such a successful business, you don't need to file bankruptcy for anything, or even talking about bankruptcy. And oh, I don't get paid through this, I get paid through my business, and your employees are suing you. And as Angela said, you don't pay your money, you don't pay. And you got sued for not paying, you don't pay. And then you go around talking about how rich you are. How infuriating it would be for somebody that you owe money. Like, let's suppose you owe me money, like that lady who sued her for $40,000, I think it is. Tasha K, she called the lady, and she's messy. She called the lady, and the lady spilled the beans, like, completely. You owe that lady $40,000. If you're so rich, why are your employees suing you? Why don't you pay your bills? A bad bitch who doesn't pay her bills. Why do you do that? And then that lady who talked to Tasha K, she says like she's so arrogant. She doesn't talk to anybody whenever she walks into the the workspace, her business or whatever. You know how people come and say good morning. She doesn't talk to anyone. She's the most arrogant person. Yet she can stop talking about God, because this is what these scammers do. This is what these scammers like her, like Stormy, and all of these people do. All they do is talking about God and sell themselves as this miracle of God who's gonna help you change your life. And they're a bunch of scammers. So yeah, that's the vibe that I get from Miss Pinky Cole. I get a scammer vibe from her. There are rumors saying that she eats meat, or that her husband has a meat business. Like, why is your, like, usually the vegans that I know They're vegans because they have ethical principles. Like, I don't support animal. I mean, I eat meat. It's not like I support animal cruelty or anything like that. But I do eat meat. But they don't eat meat because in their perception, and I agree in big part with this, that's animal, cruelty. We're killing animals to eat them, and we can live without them. We're supposed to live without them. But I love meat. Let's say I love meat, but if you're a vegan, I expect you. Maybe I'm wrong. Shoot me. But I expect you to have some sort of ethics behind it, because being vegan is a huge effort. If you started doing it not because of ethics but to lose weight, I don't think it's working. I think you're eating meat behind the table. And not only that, what's the point of not eating meat when you're eating a whole bunch of white bread? Because when they were in that Texas, even in that Texas place, the camera like focuses on her food and she's eating a whole bunch of fruit, and I get some chilies and a whole big ass piece of white bread. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? If you're a vegan, I think it's because you're trying to eat better. So what's the point of giving up on meats, which is healthy, to fucking stuff your mouth with a whole bunch of white bread like that? It doesn't make any sense. At least not to me. If I'm being stupid, I'm sorry. Shoot me again. So yeah, those are my impressions of these ladies. Oh wait, Cynthia. I'm not going to leave my girl Cynthia alone. Cynthia outside. Miss 50th Cent. She clocked in, and I love that. And I love how she checked Kelly and how she checked Shamia, because they were doing the freaking most about this room. It's like, girl, I know that you've been in worse places. I know that you've slept in worse beds than this. I know that. So why the hell are you doing this? And then when they're on the bus, they're like, oh, but why do you think that we're trying to pick on you, bitch? You can't shut up about it. You don't shut up about it. Okay, you don't shut up about it. But I know they're not mad because of the room being dirty. That's just something that they used to torture Cynthia, because Cynthia put them in the pool house. They wanted to be in the main house with everybody else creating mess. And Cynthia put them in the pool house, and they found the room a little dirty and some stuff and dust going on, and they used that to torture Cynthia and trying to make Cynthia look like she's this bad host. But once again, I think it's coming from the fact that they are mad that they were put in the pool house. I think Cynthia is doing a great job as a house. I mean, she always does, but I think she's a friend this season. Cynthia always does a great job. Her look, her confessional look, I think is my favorite. Let's see. I think the worst confessional look is definitely Kelly's. Definitely Kelly's. The desperation that girl has. She shows that in everything. In everything. In what she wears. That look that she wore when they got to Texas. Shorts with a pleather leggings. What planet are you from? Who told you this looks good? Who told you put up a pair of pleather leggings under shorts? Jean shorts. Is that what they do in Texas? I don't think so. I've never seen that. For what I know, I've never been there, but for what I know, Texas is very hot. Like, why are you wearing pleather leggings? Like, what's going on with your legs that you don't want to show them? And then that confessional look where she's wearing like the big curly hair, which I think looks good on her, but she has a big head, so she shouldn't be wearing that much of big hair. The dress that she's wearing, I like it, but then she's mixed. It's like that yellow weaved dress, which I like it. It's like a mustard kind of. I like that dress, but then they decided to throw on a full length vinyl leopard glove situation going on, and then the earrings and blue necklace with blue stuff going on. I'm like, girl, you need to let the eye rest and land somewhere, whether it be your hair. Maybe you do big hair, nice jewelry, simple dress, or you can do big dress, great, a big hair, great dress, simple jewelry, no gloves, no gloves. Whoever is styling you, you either are not paying them and you have to settle for whatever stylist you can get because you're not paying them, you're paying them with exposure, or the person that you hire doesn't know a thing about what looks good on his clients at all because her look is a mess, a hot mess. And of course, going back to Cynthia, she's my favorite look. Cynthia's look is my favorite, that long white kaftan with the ostrich. I love it. I only wish that the hair didn't have as much white because the dress does have a little bit of white, which I think kind of makes it look monochromatic with the dress, but I don't hate it at all. I don't hate it. I think Cynthia looks fabulous as always, and she's bringing it. She's bringing it. She's not afraid of yelling at these stupid, desperate women like Kelly, putting them in their places and reminding them who is who. Because 50 Cent and Nini has said it. Cynthia is the shadiest housewife. And she is. I think Cynthia is the shadiest housewife when you give her a reason to be. I don't think she's just go around being shady unprompted. If you give her a reason, she's gonna get you together and she's gonna kick you on your stomach like she did Portia on Lake Lanier like 10 years ago. So yeah, that was it. I'm going to keep watching this season. I hope that Angela keeps whacking Miss Pinky Cole. I hope that she pays her bills and she pays her employees because it's disgusting to go around speaking about how rich you are when you owe people and when you are filing bankruptcy. Okay, just shut up. I don't want to hear you about talking about entrepreneurship and money and none of that. Just shut up. And then Angela eating mother of the season, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, smart, funny, lethal, just great. Best thing that could have happened to Housewife in years. And Miss Fei, let's hope you don't come back to do your, usual lying about people and, really big lies because Faye just, she lies big. She tells big lies. Life damaging lies. So yeah, that was it for now. I'm going to keep watching. I don't know if you guys have any opinions about this season. Put it down below, but pretty much you got everything I think here in this video. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.